more proud of a group of seniors than I am this group. I love them to death, and I expect big things for all of them in their future.
3rd down and 10. Allen still in the game in the shotgun formation. They're going to run that jet sweep with Lester off to the left side. Stevie came up, tried to make the tackle, misses again as he got back up and tried to recollect, and now Lester cutting back using the speed, and he's down the sideline to the 50, 45, 40, and he's tackled around the 39-yard line. There's just too many missed tackles there in that sequence.
Yeah, that was just not
quick.
Not a good play at all by the Bearcat defense there. I mean, they had him dropped for a huge loss, and it seemed like they're
28-yard run.
Yeah, that was just not a real good effort by the defense right there. You want to see the Bearcats fight till the clock reaches 0-0. It looked like the wind has been taken out of this team's sails.
So 5 minutes on the clock. It looks like this is going to be the end of the line for Coach Christ and the Cats here this fall. But again, we got a lot coming up on Bearcat Radio. We got basketball coming, which promises to be a great year expectation-wise for the girls' varsity team as Bearcats are there to meet Reed. John Malumba and he are wrapped up. He's dragging Malumba with him just to give you any idea of the size of Reed. John's not the smallest guy on the field.
No, and he's just a sophomore, too. He's a big boy. That was like a couple of grizzly bears wrestling around with each other.
It ended up being a 4-yard gain for Reed.
So I'm not sure if they're calling Virginia High for a face mask or a block in the back for Graham.
It is a block in the back on Graham.
That's a 10-yard penalty from the 32 back to the 42. And will be first down.
So they marked it at the 32 where it occurred. So from there, it sends them back to the 42, and it's going to be first down and 15. Of course, Graham likes to have a little bit more room, it seems like. They've been racking up big plays here and there. They've just got so many threats that I'm not sure how you can – the only thing about them, as athletic as they are, if you can wrap up on them and keep them contained, halfway contained, you can hang with them. But I think you lose contain on one of them, especially Allen.
And that's been the story today. For the most part, the Bearcats have done good. There's just been a few big plays that Cam and Lester have made that have been the difference.
And they're not really designed plays. They're him just making it up as he goes. Allen throws one deep over the head and incomplete in the direction of Chenault. Davidson on coverage as it falls incomplete. 4:12 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Second down and 15 coming up as Graham leads 35-12 here at Mitchell Stadium in the first round of the Region 2D playoffs.
Yeah, you're kind of surprised to see them throw a deep ball right there. I'm not sure. They've got the game pretty much in hand. I'm not sure, why you'd see the deep ball, but, I'm also not a high school football coach either, so.
Maybe trying to get back that drop from earlier.
Maybe.
They had Lester early in the game, wide open. 4:12 on the clock after the incompletion. It, of course, stopped the clock. Now, one thing about Virginia High, and this may have been one of the things, is they'll run just a straight QB run off to the right side, and then Cam breaks to the left side with a juke move out past the 30, down inside the 25, and he's marked out of bounds right at the 25 for the first down. He needed to reach the 26. He needed to get 15 yards. He got 16 or 17 for the first down.
Yeah, and that's just been the story of the game for Graham offensively today, that the Bearcats flow in the direction the play's intended to go, and Cam just shows off his athleticism, reverses field, and picks up huge yards.
4:03 to go, and Cam went out of bounds, so that will stop the clock as well. So the ending of this game, of course, seemingly goes back, even further because of the incompletion now this. So just having to sort of sit here and watch if you're on the Virginia High sideline. Reed takes it and breaks a couple of tackles and stays upright until he's dropped finally by, it looks like, Gobble, or Dingus, that is, that makes the tackle. And it's going to be a new group, too, next year. It's going to be it's going to be odd without the names that we've had over the last 3 years to look forward to. And you got to think, things are still You're going to have a lot of talent returning if you're the Cats, but you're not going to have it at the skill position.
Skill position, right. You have some of the linemen returning, and you do have Bradley
Stevie.
and Stevie coming back at skill. You'll see a new quarterback for the first time in a while.
Well, we kind of saw a new one today.
We saw a new one today, yeah.
Rose basically was the quarterback first half. As Allen rolls out right side under pressure, and he gets it off to Lester, who is loose down the sideline, and they're able to get him out of bounds at the 20, inside the 20 to the 16, and they mark it at the 17. There is a flag down, and it will go against Graham. You have to wonder why they are passing it so much.
Yeah, that's
I will admit 42-12 looks better than 35-12, right?
It does. But
keeping your first team in, of course.
13-12 wins the game. I'm curious as to what the reasoning for that is.
Especially if you got Union next week.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure, you want Allen and Lester taking any more hits.
That's true. That's true. You never know.
As the penalty will set Graham back. I don't know what they ended up calling. Must have been a hold.
Must have been.
Late.
Penalty, move it back to the 26, where it'll be 2nd and 11.
3:04 on the clock. I'm not sure if they'll roll it. Could make for an interesting handshake at the end of this game if Graham does tack on another here late.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering. I'm definitely not going to accuse anybody of anything, but you'd figure they're just in run the clock mode.
Got a pistol set this time for Graham as they have a wing back in Reed. They'll hand it off up the middle. This is Booker, and he goes up the left side. Another missed tackle at the 15. Booker still up inside the 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, G-Man, and it'll be 41-12 with the extra point looming.
Yeah.
They kept it on the ground that time and didn't need to waste any more time off the clock. They put another one on the board. 2:55 on the clock. They lead 41-12.
Yeah, that was just a simple off-tackle play there that the Bearcat defense wasn't able to stop.
So Booker from about 30 yards out on the run. Dales is on for the extra point. Kick up and good. 42-12, Graham leading Virginia High here with 2:55 to go. So the offense will get another try at it. But this one is all going to the G-men now here in Bluefield.
Yeah, the Bearcats fought today. They, they did what they could do coming in as an underdog. They fought hard for 3 quarters, and Graham had to. Graham had gotten used to having running clocks in the second half with as many blowout wins as they've had this year. So the Bearcat seniors need to walk out here with their head held high and know that they took the fight the best they could to my opinion, the best team in Region 2D.
Are they your dark horse? Are they your favorite?
They've been my favorite since before the season started. I mean, in an area like this with low population, when you have a talent like Cam Allen, has been proven in years past with the likes of Thomas Jones, Julius Jones, Ahmad Bradshaw here in Bluefield. When you have a talent like that, he can take you a long, long way.
Dale's kick goes out of bounds at the 17-yard line, so the Bearcats will get good field position here with 2:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, we're going to do a shortened post game because, of course, Doug is going to go down on the field and meet Aaron for his last high school post game and emotional time for you. But we'll sort of try to do the post game here in the final 2:55 of this ball game. So the Bearcats, of course, season will run to a close here in Bluefield against a very good Graham football team that's going to move on and most likely host the Union Bears or go to Union.
Actually Union would be the home team. They're the 2 seed.
But like I said, for Virginia High, they're going to likely finish 5-6, or they are going to finish 5-6, down 42-12 here, and just. This is going to be a season, I think, where you're going to look back at a couple of plays here and there and a couple of games. The Abingdon game, I think, more than anything comes to mind as they'll run this time in that formation, give Rose Or actually, that's Rose on the carry. It's hard to see between the 7 and the 2 if it's Rose or.
Yeah, and it seems with those style of jerseys, they start riding up throughout the game, and it gets kind of hard to discern the numbers.
I think, you're going to look back and say that this offense has worked for the most part.
It would have been pretty cool to see what could have happened over the course of a season and what different plays you could play.
They hand off this
time,
to Jamie off the right side, and he gets a first down of about 11 yards. And, there's a career coming to a close for Jamie, too. And, his senior season, I'm sure he's not happy with the way that everything had worked out for him. But he is going to get to go play a little bit more at Ferrum next year, So, his high school career is over with, but he's one of the lucky ones that gets to continue playing past high school. Very few kids get to achieve that dream, You got to think a very emotional time, I know, especially for you, but also the guys on the field taking their last couple of snaps here as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the fourth quarter, and they go back to that formation we used in the first half, and Rose with a signature stiff arm out past the 50 to the 40. He's loose down the sideline, 30, 35, 20, or 25, 20, and into the end zone. Aaron Rose, he's going to finish it up the right way with a touchdown.
Had a baby, Mike?
There is a flag down.
Come on, man, let's
see what we're going to get here. Rose goes 60.
There's a flag at the 13-yard line.
Just wave it off.
Rose goes 52 yards on the run. We've not got a call yet. You have a feeling it's going to be a spot foul the way they're motioning.
Yeah.
And so that will negate if it is on Virginia High. It's going to be a block in the back, so too good to be true, I guess. They're going to send it back.
It'll be first and 10 for the Bearcats.
It's still a great job, Mike?
Great run.
Yeah.
It's been kind of indicative of the year, really, for the Bearcats. A big run, a big scoring play.
Yeah.
And it's going to be called back.
Yeah.
But the Bearcats will have it at the 23-yard line.
I'm still tremendously proud of you, too, and Jamie and Colton and all you seniors. I hope when you're listening to this replay, how much love and work and effort I've put into you guys since you were 7, 8 years old in baseball and football, and I couldn't be more proud of you guys. Now it's time to get ready and go win a state ring in baseball next spring.
That's true. Yeah, they got another season to go, and some of these guys will see on the hardwood coming up here sooner than later.
Absolutely.
Rose will keep again in between the tackles and spins forward, and they're having a hard time bringing him down. He gets around 12 yards on the carry. First down, Cats, brought to you by BSN Sports in Bristol. 42-18 the score in favor of Graham, but the Cats trying to finish it off with a touchdown.
That's right. Finish off with the fight, guys.
They're going to break the huddle quick as the clock is back to rolling here. It's same formation. Rose in the shotgun with Ratcliffe beside him. They put Lathrop in motion and hand it off to Lathrop along the left side. Lathrop getting down the sideline inside the 10, down inside the 5-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds at 1:03 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, this score really just a moot point at this juncture, but it's basically a symbolic point, I think, for this senior class.
Yeah, that's right. Just go out showing that you're fighting to the final second and what you've been taught your whole life.
And, a class that was hungry, almost just craving a win over a signature win for their senior year. Not going to happen this year, of course, but Lathrop takes the jet sweep and goes down for a loss of about 15 as he just mishandled it, fumbled it back, and Coach Christ and Virginia High are going to call timeout with 53 seconds left. That is, if I said the other was indicative, that definitely was.
That definitely
inside
was
the red zone and then the penalty.
Shoot themselves in the foot, man. It's the way it's went all year.
So Coach Christ will call a timeout, the second of this second half. 42-18, Graham leading here, and Virginia High's got the ball at the 19-yard line, third down and 17.
If you don't care, Dylan, while we've got a second, I'd like to thank everybody at CofieldSports.com. I've had an absolute blast with you guys this year. Eugene Hilton, Zach Helton, Ryan Dye, Brady Hess, Brian Owens, Seth Hurl, Brandon Sheets, Mike Surratt, all of our guys on staff. I've had an absolute blast with you guys, and I hope we can continue to make this thing grow. It's been an honor to be able to cover Virginia High football for you guys. I know a lot of you are listening right now. Thank you guys. And thank you to Coach Christ and Coach Belcher and the rest of the Bearcat coaching staff.